Oh yeah, that never gets old. Alright, what's up guys? I did want to hop on here and just make a really quick updated build video for Uriel. I rushed through that one and tried to get the video out as fast as possible, so I didn't really get to experiment with his build that much. So I did make a few changes, and I think this is probably going to be his best build in my opinion. I am going to try to keep this one a little bit shorter, so I'm not going to run through all of his abilities. If you do want to see the full rundown, you can go check out the very first Uriel video I made. But what I will do for you guys is hover over his abilities in case you guys want to pause the video and read it yourselves. But there are a couple things that I left out of that first video about his kit. So first of all, something I forgot to mention is here, this ability actually adds quite a bit of damage vulnerability. I didn't realize that in the first video. And then the other thing is both his 3 and his 4 give you invulnerability while you're casting them. So that's also super powerful. So as far as mods go, this was my original build. And I changed 4 of the mods. I changed Summoner's Wrath, Sure-Footed, Overextended, and Energy Conversion. And I'll go over why I wanted to take these mods off. So first of all, Energy Conversion. It is nice whenever you pick up an Energy Orb, you get that 50% bonus power strength. But I didn't like having to rely on that because there was times where I was casting abilities and I hadn't picked up an Energy Orb in a while. So I dropped this and I wanted to get more strength out of him, so I dropped Overextended. But I didn't, and just doing that gave me quite a lot of extra power strength, more than what Energy Conversion would have given me. But I didn't want to lose that range, so I did plug in some range mods back into him. I put 2 range mods on him, Augur Reach and Augur Stretch. This pretty much like 99% makes up for losing Overextended. You lose like 1 meter on his alt, or it's like 1 meter on his 3 and 2 meters on his 4. It's like 1 step. It's not necessary to have Overextended. Sure-Footed I dropped because I found out that parkour velocity actually affects his flight speed on his 1. And that's super nice. So I actually put Ice Spring here. The extra cold damage is kind of whatever. The main reason I wanted this was for that 22% parkour velocity, however. This makes you fly way faster. It's super nice. I am going to miss having the knockdown resistance, however, but I'll take it for faster flight speed. However, the biggest change to the build that I made was Summoner's Wrath. I don't think Summoner's Wrath is worth using on him because this only affects 2 instances of damage in his kit. It affects Katanok's Latch, I think Katanok, right? Yeah, Katanok's Latch damage over time, which is nice, but it's such a small amount. The Latch itself doesn't really do that much damage. It does kill some lower level enemies, but it's not worth focusing on in my opinion. Summoner's Wrath does increase it, but not by that much. And then it also increases the chain damage from Golfagor. The chain damage is really not worth focusing on in my opinion. It's so small. But yeah, it's just those 2 abilities. However, losing the companion damage does kind of suck, especially when you're running high DPS companions. But what I changed it out for was actually corrosive projection, because I was struggling with some of the higher armored enemies in the game. While yes, heat procs do strip about 50% of armor, I was struggling a little bit, so corrosive projection helped out quite a lot. Something a lot of people do like to run here on Uriel is growing power, even more power strength. You can never go wrong with power strength on this character because his 4 does an absolute shit ton of damage. However, this is going to be my final build and how I run him in the future. Everything else, in my opinion, other than these 4 mods I think are interchangeable. But this is how I like them. These 6, I think, are kind of a must on him. Prime Flow, his energy pool is pretty small, and you're picking up a lot of energy orbs, so it is, and we're running negative efficiency, so Prime Flow is kind of a must for me. Archon Vitality is a no-brainer. get the health and the double heat procs. Equilibrium, also a no-brainer. You drop so many health and energy orbs. That's one more thing I forgot to mention. The health and energy orbs that drop off of... it's Golfagor's the second one. Anyways, yeah, the health and energy orbs that drop off of... I got the two demons mixed up before. The health and energy orbs that drop off of this scale with power strength. And you get significantly more health orbs. So Equilibrium, I think, is super nice. Primed Continuity, everything in his kit has a duration that is affected by Primed Continuity. I think that's an absolute must. Blind Rage and Umbral Intensify. These are going to be my go-to power strength mods. I know some people are running Transient Fortitude on him. I didn't want to lose out on the duration personally, because having these fly around for longer I think was super useful, and I like having his ult out more because you don't get to cast it whenever you want. Another thing some people are running is Archon Intensify. This gives you a little bit more power strength than Umbral Intensify when you use his 2 and heal yourself, but I didn't like that it was a temporary boost in power strength. So I'm running Umbral Intensify just to have that flat power strength. As far as arcanes go, I think Archon Hotshot is also a must on him. You get free crit chance for heat procs, and then multi-augmented for even more power strength on killing enemies. There's a couple other ones that you might consider, like the new arcane. Okay, if I can learn how to type, that would be great. Oh, I still messed it up. I'm leaving that in the video. I don't care. Okay, Arcane Concentration. Even more duration on ability cast. This is also super nice on him. And then the other one a lot of people are running is Arcane Kamisado. This stacks up super fast off Golfagor and Katanak, but it's only on your next ability cast, and it's the same amount of power strength as multi-augmented. Sure, multi-augmented takes a little bit longer to stack up, but I think it's worth it, especially in those survival missions. And then Archon Shards. My Archon Shards did not change. Casting speed, I think, is super nice on him. You're casting a lot. His ult has a super long cast time. The two orange Talforge Shards for even more crit chance on your secondaries when you kill enemies affected by heat procs. Also super nice on him. Power strength. Anytime you can put a power strength Archon Shard on him, it is super worth it. And then I personally like to run a purple Archon Shard just for the extra electricity damage on my bow. But that's a personal thing that I do. Not everybody likes my bow. Most people are probably going to run more power strength here. But I think I covered everything, and I went over everything that I missed in the last video. So that is going to be it for this one. I'm not going to jump into a mission like I usually do, just because I want to keep this one a little bit shorter. However, I did want to thank you guys for getting me to 300 subscribers. Literally in my last video, I was thanking you guys for getting me to 200. And then I posted that stupid little short about Amar, and you guys absolutely blew it the fuck up. So I really appreciate you guys. And I do want to mention, we do have a clan now. If anybody wants to join, I want to make this clan huge. If anybody wants to join, just let me know in the comments. I'll send you guys an invite. I can't talk anymore. An invite. I've tried to record this video 4 times. But that's going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys next time.